Welcome to Spotlight on Schools. I'm Jennifer Edens. Today, we're at Wendell Creative Arts and Science Magnet Elementary in Wendell. This is a great place to learn. Students are involved in inquiry-based and hands-on learning, and their excitement shows. Jake, what is your favorite part of coming to school each day?
My favorite part of coming to school each day is mostly hanging out with my friends, and I like doing our specials.
Okay.
And we are a magnet elementary school, so we have 6 specials: dance, drama, music, PE, and science and art. And
Which one of those is your favorite?
I like PE the most because I'm mostly a body smart kid.
Oh, okay. What does that mean, body smart kid?
It means that I like to move around and do things with my hands.
Okay. Is there anything that you've learned at school that has led you to think about your future or a career or something you might want to do or be?
Well, we've done some science activities in our classes. Like we've built marshmallow towers.
Marshmallow, okay.
And last year we made a chocolate fossil, and we tried to dig out the fossil out of the chocolate, and after we got to eat the chocolate.
Oh, that's always fun.
And this year we did a mushroom tower, and we got to see how tall we could get it.
Okay.
And that just made me thought of being an engineer.
Okay, so engineering, excellent. Okay, so Lily, what do you think makes your school so special?
So what makes our school special is we're a magnet school, and we learn through the multiple intelligence: body smart, nature smart, art smart, music smart, and things like that.
Okay.
So if one person likes art smart and one person likes body smart, or nature smart, we draw nature and art, so that's like the best of both worlds in there. And so if one kid likes something, we can give them that at our school, because some schools just have one certain special. Like they might just have PE one day for like the whole week.
Right.
And so we're different from that because we like to teach the children more.
Okay, great. Now, so tell me, what are you? I know Jake said he's body smart. Which one are you? Do you know?
I like to draw and paint with watercolors a lot.
So that would make you art smart, right? And so that means, does that mean that you like learning in that way best? And do you feel like you learn the most that way?
Yes, because sometimes in math class, we will, I think it was in 3rd grade, we used to do those color maps where there might be multiplication or addition equations, and we would color them or draw certain patterns in them, and that was really fun for me.
Okay, so that was a good learning experience. I think I would have learned math better if I did it that way. That sounds awesome. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So, Maija, how do your teachers and the way they teach help you learn?
Well, that's a good question. Our teachers help us as using our multiple intelligence, which are body smart, art smart, music smart, nature smart, dance smart, all of those smarts. That is some of the things they do to make it an easier and more fun learning experiences.
Right.
And if the teachers see that we're not understanding, or if we go up to them like, Miss Johnson, we don't understand, they'll say, well, we can do it this way to make it easier for you to visualize or actually see what we're doing.
Okay, so they look for ways to help you understand, right? Okay, what's your favorite way?
Well, my favorite way is body smart,
Okay.
because I love to dance,
Okay.
and I don't like just sitting down and just sitting there. I like actually getting up and moving and being interactive with different things.
Good. And so you do that a lot in your classrooms, right?
Yes, like for an example, right now in reading class, We are acting out scenes from our book called Hatchet, where a boy named Brian is in a plane crash.
Yes, I know that book.
Yeah, and we're acting out a scene in the book which is using Body Smart, so that's something that I like doing.
Okay.
And it makes it way more easier for us to understand the book.
Okay. And now, do you find that you very seldom just sit and listen in a class? Does that happen a lot or not so much?
Here, it doesn't happen a lot.
Okay. Does that help the day go by more quickly?
Yes.
And you have a lot more fun? Yes. Great. Okay. So, Jordan, what kind of hands-on activities have you experienced here at school, and which ones did you like the most?
There's like lots of hands-on activities we do. We also do, one of my favorites were the vinegar and baking soda ones, where we made a balloon blow up by using only baking soda and vinegar.
Right.
And we also use the multiple intelligence to use in science. Like, one of my favorites are Music Smart. We do musical things in science. The kindergartners do little dances to help them do Music Smart and Dance Smart. And we also made different things like magnetism. We learned about that in 4th grade. We tested different metal objects and used them to see if it would be attracted by a magnet or it would repel from the magnet.
Okay, so in your school, instead of just doing dance, music, art, PE at specific times during the day, you feel like you're doing those things all the time? Does that make it fun?
Yeah, it makes it really fun.
Okay, awesome. They lucky they didn't go to school when we went to school.
You had to sit at a desk all day long, and it was always
You
paper
didn't get to
and
move, you couldn't speak.
We don't even have to learn through textbooks in 5th grade.
I know, you don't even have to just
Yeah,
sit.
iPads. We
We-
have
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
we do
so
tests.
cool.
Yeah, we use those for we use Kahoot.
Okay, and what does that let you do?
It's for our science teacher.
Mhm.
She uses it for vocabulary quizzes. So like we might have certain vocabulary words, and we get them on Monday, and we study them all the way through Friday. And on Friday we get the iPads and we take a quiz on them.
Right there, and lucky her, because I bet it grades it. I mean, boom.
It tells,
Yes.
it tells you
like
the
it tells you
score.
first,
Yeah.
second, third, and how many they got right and how fast they got it
We're
right.
learning about forces in motion, so we're doing things like kinetic pieces and roller coasters.
Okay.
And marble and little white tubes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, is that set up somewhere? Because we want to video that.
They're doing
Well,
Oh
it's
yeah,
upstairs.
when we came down,
Uh-huh.
he took us down. We were doing a kinetic energy where the rubber band is like using force to push the vehicle and see how far it would go.
And our vehicles
Oh.
are made out of Connect pieces. We had to design them,
Okay.
and now we're using the standard model to see how many ways you can use the standard model.
Okay, that sounds so cool.
And we're using forces like gravity, friction, and we're using motion to make momentum and things like that to make forces. And we also learning about Isaac Newton. to
Oh,
make the
yeah?
forces in motion.
And then we're learning about tension and how the rubber band has a lot of energy in it. And when you sort of wheel it around there's this little a rod on the back.
Okay.
And we wheel it around the rod, and then it like stores up its energy. And when we let it go, it moves down the hall.
Cool. All right, guys, thank you so much for being with us today. We appreciate it. You guys are so smart. We're so impressed, and we're glad that you love school so much. Mr. Barham, explain to us the cultivating creativity, can you dig it concept.
Every year we choose a focus or a theme.
Okay.
And this year our focus is cultivating creativity, can you dig it? And each letter of the word dig stands for something.
Right.
The D stands for differentiating, the I stands for integrating the arts, and the G stands for growth for all students.
Okay.
And we believe that we can teach and learn using those three things. If we differentiate how we teach and how we learn, then our students will be successful. If we integrate the arts in all that we do, we're giving them a well-rounded education. And then we don't just focus on proficiency with the growth part. We want to make sure that the students are growing academically and socially. So we
Okay.
thought that was a good umbrella for what we do around here.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm sure the kids have really grabbed a hold of that.
They did. They love it because we are a creative arts and science school. We use the nature and the science part of digging with the acronym, and then because of the arts part, we use the 70 retro groovy type of thing for dig.
Okay, and how much of that do they catch on to?
Yes.
I saw Star Trek in the hall.
Yeah, they do. Sometimes we have to explain,
Okay,
the
yeah.
references to groovy and gnarly and things like that, but they really have caught on to it, and they really like that. They like having a focus.
Right, and a historical context too.
Yes, exactly.
Great, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So Ms. Zittel, explain to us the magnet focus here, the science and creative arts.
Okay. We believe in teaching through the arts, which means that a classroom teacher, when she plans what she has to teach that week, it's how she's going to deliver it. How can she teach using drama, pulling out the visual arts? How can she let the kids get up and move? So it's the classroom teacher teaching through the arts, and then the art teachers integrate the classroom curriculum into their arts. The science piece, the classroom teachers teach science,
Right.
and then the science teacher teaches enriched experiences, labs, extra enrichment for the kids in science.
Okay, and how do you feel this magnet benefits the community?
It definitely benefits our community. We have artists come in and work with the kids in artists in residencies for a week. So the kids get to experience hands-on how to make a batik, how to use shaded puppetry for storytelling, how to do different arts forms. They learn how to do it and they can share it with others. We also have a lot of programs that come to our school because we're an art school. A lot of times different services are offered to us for free, and it'll be an evening program where the children from our school can bring parents and other community people, and it just gives a deep background into the arts for our kids to take back and grow and learn as a community.
And I'm sure it offers something tangible for them to see too, as far as careers in the arts.
Exactly. They, a lot of the kids after the residencies, we always ask that question, how
Right.
did this residency, did it make you decide, oh, I might want to grow up and be a dancer?
Right.
And it opens up a real experience for the kids and helps them understand what would it be like, and could I do it, and yes, I can do it.
Okay, and now how do you find it seems to me like the morale here and the enthusiasm is so upbeat. What do you think is the explanation for that?
I think it's because of the type of learning and the type of teaching. It's letting the kids experience everything, so the teacher's really there to be a facilitator. Let the kids figure it out and let the kids do it, and the teacher's there to help. It's more fun for the kids. They're up, they're moving, they're doing, and it's a better way as a teacher too, because you're involved with the kids more as a helper, and they're figuring out how to learn themselves through the arts.
Right. And how do you think this is going to benefit our future as far as, getting out of the old traditional style of teaching and learning, what we may know to be a typical classroom? How do you think we're going to see the benefit of that in the future?
It's a huge benefit because the types of jobs that the kids are going to grow up and have to be able to do, they're not going to just sit at a table and write.
Right.
They have to be able to think, problem solve, they have to be creative. And this type of learning gives them the skills they need to be able to do that.
And the confidence as well. It was evident in our
Exactly.
interview with the students. We're very impressed. Thank you so much for having us today.
Oh, we're so excited to have you. Thank you.
So, Ms. York, describe what informances are and how they show what students have learned.
Okay, well, an informant is not a polished performance at all, but it is an opportunity to invite the community, parents in to see what the students are learning.
Okay.
And it showcases what they've done in specials in the classroom, highlights integrating the arts, and it's a way to share what we've learned. It's basically a sharing.
Okay, and now how do students benefit from this?
They are very proud
Right, of
of their
course,
work,
right.
and they love to show what they're learning, and it also reinforces their knowledge of the subject matter that they're doing, and it's just, it benefits everyone. It benefits
And hits that highest level of Bloom's taxonomy.
absolutely
And they've
created. And
now, how do you assist, or what capacity or role do you feel in helping all of the teachers here incorporate art into the classroom, into the basic classroom, other than the art classroom?
Well, I love to share, and I love to get things out there, and anytime anyone comes to me, I'm like, well, what are you doing? And
Right.
I can help you work this out.
Okay.
And we meet quarterly and discuss what they're doing in the classroom, and we have, well, that fits this objective, that fits that arts objective. So it's a lot of collaboration and working together.
Yeah, because I can think of myself, and I'm not artistic in any way. So,
you could.
so even teachers who aren't necessarily artistic like yourself can help their students learn in an artistic manner.
Absolutely. The arts in general, they're life.
Sure.
So they cross over into everything.
Lots of overlap.
They really do.
And now you're a parent here as well.
I am.
So tell me the benefit you've seen from a parent perspective.
Okay, well, I have a third grader and a second grader.
Okay.
And I have two very different children. My
don't
son's
we all?
very, yes. My son's very analytical, very science and math, and it's perfect here because he gets to go to a science special,
Right.
and he gets math and in the classroom, and he gets a lot of that analytical, higher order thinking skills,
right.
and he can excel in that area. And then as an art teacher, I'm his mom too, so
Right.
he kind of
Right.
he performs well in here, but he doesn't enjoy it as much as my daughter. My
Okay.
daughter is very artsy,
Okay.
so she gets at that side. She gets the science as well that benefits
right.
from that, but she enjoys dance, and
Right.
she gets in the classroom and in all the specials.
Right.
So it's just a wonderful place.
So
for
it
me to be.
reinforces what they already love, but also kind of supports what they might not necessarily like as much, but it makes it more interesting.
Absolutely, it makes them well-rounded and whole.
Okay. And now you have some student artwork to share. Can you
Sure.
tell us about this?
Yes, this is a fourth grade project because fourth grade is all about North Carolina.
Right, North Carolina
And
history.
September there was a Speak Like a Pirate Day.
Right.
And we talked about, for this project, a lot of how pirates were big in North Carolina.
Okay, right.
Edward Teach and Blackbeard. And the first day we learned about the pirates and their history in North Carolina. And we did a background for the ship. And we
Okay.
talked about background, horizon line, blending colors. And then when we painted the ship, we talked about the parts of the ship. And so they learned about the masts and the yards and the sails. And if you asked any of them, they could say, well, that's the hull of the ship.
Right.
And so
Okay.
we painted
All the
that.
terminology.
Yeah. And then on the third day, we talked about the Speak Like a Pirate Day and
Right.
did pirate phrases in the background. So
Okay.
you can kind of see like Arg and
Right.
Davy
And the
Jones'
historical
Lover.
aspect as well.
Right.
So
And
history and art class.
absolutely.
Okay.
And I think that they just did a fabulous
Yes,
job of
they are beautiful.
ship
Now, will they
sailing
get to
away.
take these home and let their parents frame
They
them?
will eventually.
Yes,
Because
yeah,
we're
you'll
going to
hold
share
on to
them
it.
in our school. We're going to have our little art gallery at school. So
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
thank you.
Ms. Reed, what is involved in inquiry-based learning?
Well, inquiry-based learning basically means that the students are taking more ownership for their learning. And at the beginning of an inquiry-based project, the students would come up with questions and ideas they had based on a topic, and then they would proceed with planning how they might implement testing that out or exploring that. And from there, they would gather information or perform the experiment or do the research or study the book or whatever they needed to do, and then move towards how might we share this with others, how might we present our learning, and how might we do something with this knowledge in the future.
Okay, so actually get into the creation of something.
Exactly.
Okay, excellent. Now, how do students benefit from this type of learning?
Well, one way that it helps students is that they have more ownership for their learning. It's not just the teacher saying, this is what you have to learn, here's what we're going to do, this is the way you have to do it, and then here's your test, and that's the end. It really allows them to take more ownership and feel like they're creating some of the knowledge and not just listening to it.
Right.
And that really can help them to dig deeper into topics as well, because a lot of times the students think of questions that we never even thought they would have.
Sure.
That can lead them in new directions.
Right. So a more student-led direction instead
It
of
is.
the teacher controlling exactly the direction it goes
And
in.
it does allow for the teacher to have a lot of input in it, as far
Right.
as like guiding
Guidance.
them and teaching them how to do the different types of explorations and how they can get to where they need to be.
Great. Thank you. How do teachers implement hands-on learning in the classroom?
Right. This is a great experience for the kids here at Wendell Creative Arts and Science Magnet School. The teachers implement hands-on learning by posing a large global question to the students, where the students collaborate in teams to answer the question. They utilize different kits that have the different materials that they need to discover their own answers for the hands-on activity or for the question that was asked by the teacher. The teacher then is more so the facilitator, and the student becomes the leader of their learning. It's a great way to see the kids process through the learning, to see them challenge and work together to find the overall outcome.
Right, and how do you see this benefiting students?
Students, because they're in charge of their own learning, they're discovering, they can actually go back and they can answer the question to the teacher that she posed. And each child has a different answer because there's not just one route that they took to find that answer. They discovered it on their own, so they're proud of their own learning for that.
Right, great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms. Armstrong, how do you support teachers in their efforts to achieve differentiation in the classroom?
Our teachers are fortunate to have 2 full-time literacy coaches on staff
Right.
and a full-time math coach. And these teachers are very helpful with helping the teachers meet our students where they are and provide differentiation
Right.
resources, materials, lessons.
Okay, so they're kind of in the background assisting always.
That's right.
Okay.
They're always there for the teachers as a go-to person for resources, materials, guidance.
Okay. And now, do these people have specific or special training in that area? Or how do
Yes.
they become a coach to assist the teachers?
Well, the literacy coaches are certified reading specialists,
Okay.
and they have received training through Wake County. The Wake County literacy coaches have received the best training and
Okay.
are very well versed in all the latest research with teaching children how to read. The math coach, the math department also provides specific training for the math teachers.
Okay, and do you find that the teachers here enjoy the focus on, the multiple intelligences and they see the benefits for the students?
Absolutely. The multiple intelligences make learning fun for our kids.
Right.
And fun is the most important thing about learning.
Right,
It
because
makes
if the
kids
students
wanna-
have fun, the teachers have fun as well,
That's
right?
right, that's right. And we enjoy learning here.
That's been evident through what we've
Yes.
seen in the classroom today.
Right.
And now, how has this benefited you to be a part of this type of focus in a school?
Professionally, this has been an excellent experience. I love being here. I love coming to work every day. It's a special place. It's different here. There's a sense of family, and our students love to be here, and our teachers love to be here, and it's a special place.
Right. Thank you so much.
We're so lucky.
Yes. Ms. Holmes, how do you adjust your teaching strategy for students who learn in a variety of ways?
Okay, well, the way I meet the diverse needs of students in my class is just thinking about how they like to learn, thinking about how can I keep it interesting. And we do a lot of different learning stations in the classroom where at one station they may be working with me doing a craft of some sort, and at another station they may be doing some type of bodily movement. All of our stations are centered around one concept. So while they may not get it while I'm directly speaking it to them, they have an opportunity to work with their peers. They have an opportunity to learn through a variety of medium, whether it's music, whether it's dance, or even dramatic through drama, because we were working on story problems the other day and they were able to get with their group and they displayed what the story problem showed just by working together, and the class was able to guess what the equation was. So by just watching them and seeing how they work together, I can see whether they're truly understanding the concept or if there's a different way I need to go about it in the classroom.
Are they very vocal in helping you know what their learning style is? Are they becoming more used to that, kind of advocating for themselves?
They are, and then I can tell when I'm in the class, like when I plan something, what they really enjoy, because they'll be like, can we do it again? Or they'll be like, a couple of them will tell me they really enjoyed this, and then I can see some people it wasn't as engaging for them. So I'll make sure that in the different areas, at some point throughout the classroom, they're able to get what they need, in hopes that through the different varieties of stations that we have, they're able to grasp the concept.
Okay, and now how do you end up assessing what they've learned overall, other than watching, or is that what you do? You know, you see what they're doing, or how do you assess what they've learned?
Well, I look at them, like you said, I watch them, I take notes as I'm watching them, and we do a lot of partner work and group work, so.
Where they create something?
Yes,
okay.
And so I can see their finished product, and then
Okay.
I can hear their conversations, even from this point in the school year, from the beginning, I can tell a difference in the conversations they're having with their peers, which is what I want, because I want them to be able to tell each other something. I want them to be able to help their partner. If they're not getting a concept, then they can help them. If I'm helping someone else, then they can help them until I get over there to them. So I listen to their conversations, I watch them. We do have formal assessments, so I can see how they perform when it's just their individual work.
Right.
But
and that's a more traditional kind of test format?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But I do a lot of the informal as well, just leading up to the tests to make sure to see if maybe I need to reteach a concept, or if I need to work with a smaller group on just this concept before I move on. So the informal observations, which is just me walking around and taking notes on what they're saying, what they're doing, looking at their classwork, helps me to know what I need to reteach or what I need to do before the test gets
And
here.
do you find that they are more engaged in this learning process than the traditional sit at a desk and listen to the teacher?
They are, because I don't feel like any two children learn the same, any two classrooms learn the same, and just sitting there listening to me talk all day wouldn't be interesting for them.
And only suits one learning style.
Yes, and so they like to be hands-on, and I like that too, because it gets them more excited, and then they're talking about it, so you know that they're remembering it. The opportunities that we create for them help them to remember the concept. So it's not just, oh, this is cute or this is fun, but it is cute and fun, but they're actually maintaining and retaining the information that we're given. So I've found that I love doing it this way.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Good job. Ms. Maynard, describe your role in the focus on differentiation in the Creative Arts Magnet here.
Okay. I am a speech-language pathologist, and I work with about 55 students here in the school. And the kids that I work with, generally most of them have difficulty producing certain sounds for different reasons. And some kids just have some delays in language, like comprehension, vocabulary, that type of thing. And going through school, there's a very traditional model of being a speech-language pathologist. It usually consists of a lot of repetitions, a lot of drill and practice, and it can become real monotonous. I think the magnet program here, Creative Arts and Science, has really forced me and encouraged me to be more creative in my therapy planning. So I've really put an emphasis on thinking of more creative ways to meet those language and speech goals. Like we do inventories at the beginning of the year and really find what kind of smart our kids are. Some kids are body smart, some kids are art smart. So if I'm working with a group of kids that are body smart, then we may actually get up and physically move to play games to really learn those speech and language skills. So I think my role is similar to many of the educators here. It's just really being creative with your planning and really pinpointing those different smarts so that we can help the kids learn in the best manner that they can.
And now, you're also a parent of a student here. Tell us the benefit that you've seen for your student.
I think the biggest benefit is seeing the excitement that my kids have for learning and for their school. I have a kindergartner and a second grader, and they are so excited to come to school every day, and they're often excited to start their school week. I mean, even on Saturdays, they want to know, when do we go to school? And I have to say 2 more days. And I really think that's for 2 reasons. I think they have great teachers, and I think it's because of our magnet program. Our kids are able to learn in fun and exciting ways. They do art and reading class, they sing in music class, and vice versa. My kindergarten student, her teacher began the school year reading Pete the Cat book series, and the kids were enthralled with that character. So the kindergarten teacher and the art teacher collaborated, and the kindergartners have started making and creating Pete the Cat in art class, and after a few weeks they'll have their own Pete the Cat masterpiece. So my kids are really excited about that, and
the overlap just enhances what they're learning.
It is. I mean, and I have to think if at the end of the day they're happy and they've learned, then we're doing it right.
That's exactly right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so how does the creative arts and science focus enhance overall literacy?
In one way, it's many ways of knowing. When you're working through the arts to teach literacy, different arts appeal to children in different ways. Some are motivated by movement, some by drawing, some by creating with their hands. So it's many ways of knowing for students. Also, retelling, summarizing, all of those things that they would use in literacy, they have multiple ways of doing it through the arts. So a lot of the decision-making things that you have to do through the arts, whether it is interpreting receptive literacy and then being able to express and communicate what you have learned. So the arts enhance a tremendous way both receptive and expressive literacy skills. Either way, to fully understand a work, whether it's written, sometimes the kids need to act it out or to try to draw it, and it kind of frames the idea in their mind. And the arts are about ideas.
Right.
So either way, whether you are using the arts to better understand a text that's printed or to create a text, to write one.
Right.
You really have to do a lot of pre-planning. It's all about the process. It's all about thinking about where you want to be and the effect on your audience or your reader, either way. So it guides your whole process.
So it seems like a kind of a natural intertwining.
They're a beautiful dovetail, absolutely. Either way, the arts enhance literacy and literacy enhances the arts because the creation process is one piece of the arts, whether it's the performing or the visual arts, but being able to communicate your ideas about why you created what you created and what your effect was intended to be.
Right.
And your own interpretation, just being able to speak that clearly and articulately is critical too. And all of it's about critical thinking either way.
Right.
The creative process and being able to see the deeper and hidden meanings and the symbolism in the written word.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good job. It's been a pleasure visiting Wendell Creative Arts and Science Magnet Elementary. The enthusiasm for learning is evident within both teachers and students. We thank them for allowing us in their halls today. If you have a school you would like us to spotlight, email me at jennifer.edens@ewtv.org. Thank you for watching Spotlight on Schools.